Hello everyone, thanks for joining me again today for another episode of Only Trams. We're going to start off today's episode by doing another upgrade, following on from the last episode really, but I found out that our first passenger route that we put in down here in Canterbury, just the Canterbury local bus route, it's just a circular route around the town, but it really is now due an upgrade. As you can see, it currently has these wine trams on it from Vienna, and we've got two of them at the minute. They only carry 10 passengers, and I think the top speed's 22 miles per hour. So they really are due an upgrade. They only have the two, so we'll get one of them and we'll send him to the Heritage Line. I have just in between episodes renamed the Heritage Line because it was called the Louth to Newark Express. And if you were watching the next episode, you know there was nothing express about that line. So we'll send this guy, and of course he's got no path. Right, okay, so what we need to do is find out why he can't make it. So we've got electrification definitely all the way up there. I think maybe this bus line just doesn't connect in. Oh, he connects around here actually, so we can get onto the main route. You'll come up here. You can definitely get to oil refinery because everyone else can. We can get trams all the way down to the town. Here, the tram truck comes across. It turns down here, all the way down to the bottom, so it's here. So when I set up this up in the last episode, what I didn't check was whether it would allow this. We want medium street with electricity. I want to, so even though that is connected in there, it won't connect in because of that. So what I need to do is get a little one-way street with electricity. Just to pull off here. We can stay nice and flat, that's okay. Because we want to get back onto the track. It looks like we really have got a skirt around the edge of this building here though. So we'll cross off here, maybe start heading down a smidge actually towards the line. And in there like that. That should now mean that our guy we've just sent down has got that route. There we go. Yeah, he can get onto there now. And then what I wanted to do was to make sure that we're still covering the whole of the city because Canterbury has now grown. It looks like this stops covering that building there and there. We've got everything fully covered at this end. The stop up here is covering this area. So it looks like we are actually for now still covering everything. But what we'll do is that's the Heritage Line. So we want the guy that's still on the Canterbury bus route, which is here. We want to get this an upgrade. And now I think it's fitting that we go for another small tram. Here we go. So we're carrying 10 and we weren't filling either tram. We are going to need 2. But we go for a Type B. It was the first post-war Vienna tram. Some vehicles have advertising panels on the roof. Well, the original ones that we're replacing have advertising on. So I think this is a fitting replacement. We'll change that one and then we'll clone that. That looks really big in the image there then. I thought we'd done something wrong for a moment, but oh guys, that's actually really nice. I'm really impressed with that. The driver still doesn't look very excited about it, but I thought for a minute he had a co-pilot with him there, but he hasn't. That looks like it's just a standing section from the tram. And they've only got one set of wheels in the middle here, one bogie, which is, I think maybe the first time I've seen that. I think there's usually one front and rear, but the whole thing just sort of swings round as a one there. That's pretty cool, I like that. Looks like it's advertising some kind of beer on the roof. I can't fault that. Big fan of beer. So yeah, let's see how that gets on. Now we've got the 2 trams round there. There we go. Now the next thing I wanted to do in this episode, guys, was we did say from the comments on the last video actually. Actually, not even the last video, the one previous to that, that we want to go to a more point-to-point system and not have these routes that are going through many towns. So what I want to do is change this route that was originally, and is still called the cross-country western, because this connects all of this end of the map and also used to connect it into Louth. Before we got these, we started doing it with this Newark line. So at the minute, the only connection between these 4 cities at this side and the rest of the world over here is the really slow Heritage Line. And whether that's a good idea or not, I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. I don't know whether that is the way to go. or whether we set up a point-to-point, which is the plan today. So we're going to have one line from Bedlington to Nottingham, just in between there, a Nottingham to Slough, and then a Slough to Newark. And I'm not sure whether we do. Now we've got this bigger, wider country road down here, whether we do just have one between Slough and Louth as well. I'm not sure if we have a free terminal down here at Louth at the minute. We do have one free terminal on the right here, so we do have space to do that. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. But to start with, what I want to do is get this all set up. So the original line that we've got, I want to have a look at. Because there's a lot going on here, I want to keep this line pre-set up for what's going on here so I don't have to connect all this again. But what I do want is for it to make sense to me. So we're going to go from number 1 to number 2, 3, 4, and then we leave the town after 4. Okay, so at 5 we end up at Green Lane, just coming into Slough, which is fine because on the way into Slough then we go to 6. So I want to go from 6 then. I need to, when we come out the back of 6, instead of going to 7, we want to come back out and down to where 13 is. So we don't want 7, so we don't want 7, we don't want 8, we don't want 9. I'm really making sure we don't do anything here. So we want 5 to Green Lane, then Slough Central. Okay, we don't want 7 and 8. Don't want 7. 5, 6. Where's it going? 7's going up to Albert Road, so we want to get rid of that. Okay, so 6, 7. We don't need to stop again at Slough Central. 6. So we go to 6 and we come round to 7. Okay, perfect. So now what we need to do is make sure it follows around. So we need to upgrade some roads in the town. I think that's what it's getting at. The reason why it's not doing what we want right now is because we don't have this connection. We're going to have to delete buildings here though to come back round here. Oh, there we go. Now it's completing that loop around. Okay, so that means that we now have that route set up, which is the tram passenger, and this is the Newark to Slough. And then what I need to do is address how many vehicles are on this, because we absolutely don't need this many now. So what have we got here? 81. I can't work it out from the numbers there here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We absolutely don't need 15. I've got a feeling 5 will be enough. I've just sent them to the depot when I wanted to sell them, but never mind. And these guys are now carrying 46. Maybe that's overkill now. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm not sure which depot these are going to go to. I'm guessing it's going to be the Slough depot. There we go. They've all been sold anyway. So now that's just completely killed what we did have happening down here. So I'm going to pause it before it ruins everything actually. That's probably the best shout. Now we do already have the bus stops and everything set up as long as we're still covering it. So what we may just need to do, yeah, as in Nottingham, we will have to put a bit of a passenger station in. Now, do we do something fun here? I think so. Why not? We go here. We can have tram. Whether that will give us electricity, it looks like it is doing. The trams are going down and under and above and under. That works for me. And we could have something even in the middle of the town. Now, I don't want to get rid of the cargo industry here, so I think I'm going to put it on the outskirts of the town. But then we're going to have to go the middle, aren't we, really? I think. As long as this classes as a normal road. Right, wish me luck, guys. This could destroy everything we've been doing so far. But if I can get this to fit in here nicely. And then for the road to just connect up. Like so. I'm hoping that normal traffic can travel on these roads still. And then what I want is a line that goes from Nottingham at this tram depot down to Slough, but this one needs to stop and Slough there, and then at the main depot, and then that'll come back round and back up again. And maybe actually after Slough Central he picks up that, because what I've just realised is this means we're going to be losing coverage in Slough, doesn't it? But this gives people another option to get onto a tram and to move around somewhere. Or do we just have a local route around Slough? We may need a bigger station in the middle of Slough. Yeah, let's scratch that for now. We'll get rid of stop 4 there, because this guy's job is just to bring people here. We want Slough Central, so we don't want Albert Road either. We just want to come to Slough Central, and then we want to head back. Albert Road to Slough Central, and luckily I think this stop will cover all of Nottingham. Will it? No, it won't, but we'll stop here on the tram on the way down just to pick up the outskirts, I think. And then we've covered all of Nottingham then. Okay, so that's 1, which is line 1. So if we now go for TP here for tram passenger, and this, I'll put knots for Nottingham, and it is to... It is Slough, isn't it? Yes, it is. Had a complete and utter brain freeze there. Can we, if we get something from this depot, can he make the line? He can. Perfect. So what do we go for here now? It's something, the line's not quite as long, is it? I'm looking for something that we haven't used yet, so we can have some variation. I don't think we've used these BE46s. Now these are something that come with the game, actually. It's a bit of a lengthy process, isn't it? So we'll go for... I'm going to go for 3 of those. We've got some trams in here. I don't know what they're for, so I'm going to sell them. I don't like the idea of spare trams sitting around. So we want TP, not Slough. And then we'll have a look at these, because it's something we haven't seen yet, I don't think. And these are a base game tram, I believe. But again, pretty cool. Articulated in 2 sections in the middle there by the look of it. That was pretty cool. It bends in 2 places. That's actually really cool. Now I do want to see what platform it's assigned to this one. Move that out of the way. This guy's going down, under, up, round. There's got to be a better way for it to do that, hasn't there? Surely. Or maybe not, actually. That's the only way you can turn around, I think. So he's going to come down, and instead of just turning round, he's going down and under. Because his stop is underground. So he's not stopping it. I thought he was going to come over and stop at this platform. He's not. The stop that he's using is underground. Okay, so that's fine. It's interesting to see, but it's fine how it's chosen to do that. Now, we want another new line that's coming from the bus depot in West Bedlington here. That's going to come all the way down just to Nottingham. And hopefully that's going to pick a route, a terminal even that's on top. I'm hoping. I want to go for Terminal 2 for that one. It looks like he's picked... Oh, it is stopping at the top, the guy who's coming round. Strange, so maybe we put him and actually tell him to stop at number 5 underneath. But then we're not going to see him, are we? I'll tell you what now, let's put him on number 3. And then at least we'll have everything happening up the top here. Okay, so then, line 1 that we've just put in, I want to rename. And that's TP again for tram passenger. That one's going to be West Bed to Notts. Okay, and I do want to change the colour just because the other Nottingham line is also green. So now if we have them up, we can see the difference between the 2. That's perfect, works for me. There's a little bit of a weird crisscross here. I'm not sure whether that's going to say there's no electrical path when I connect that up in a second, because there's no turning circle here. I've got a feeling that's what's going to happen now. I've just seen that route. Let's have a look here. So we want to see what other kind of tram we have now. Now we only need something small and slow for this, because it's not a far distance to go really. I'm looking for something we haven't used, so I don't think we've used this Kotsu, Japanese 9 days. It's only 25 miles per hour though. 13 passengers, 37 miles per hour. Melbourne tram. I think we'll have 2 of those. So what do we want? We're looking for the orange line. There we go. It's gone on, but it doesn't like that. It looks... Oof. I thought for a minute it had crashed the game then. I really didn't like it. It was a big freeze there. I can't remember whether we've seen these before or not, guys. Can you... If we've seen these before, let me know down in the comments, but I can't remember seeing them. But that is really cool looking tram, isn't it? We've got the double bogies, the route name on it that we like. Looks like double middle doors. I'm not sure if these doors will open at the end here. The pantograph looks a bit suspect. I'm not used to seeing them with a single thing like that. That must be an Australian thing. There we go, cruising along. 37 mile per hour. All the time in the world. That is now, or should be at least, everything connected up. So we've just had the first guy here on the not slow line. He's just connected in. He's just stopped there even and picked that up. So that's another line successfully in. Where's this West Bed Knots going? Where is he going? Why is this tram going all the way down that? Ah, there. He was going down here to turn around, wasn't he? Where is he going to turn around? West Bedlington and Knots. Why is he trying to head all the way down this way? So we've got Albert Road and West... Oh, he's coming all the way around here. He can't be, surely. He is. He wants to go all the way around there just to get to Albert Road. That's because he can't turn around. Right, okay. That's ridiculous, so we need to address this. How do we do it? We're going to have to get rid of this depot, unfortunately, guys. It just doesn't work with the trams that we've got. I don't know what a Bades is. What's that mean? Yeah, even though that'd be really cool for buses, because the tram coming out's got no way to turn around. It's a non-starter for us, I'm afraid. We've got a bus depot here, but that won't take a tram. What are these guys like? Looks like this is a tram station. It looks like Tram Track Electric, yes. Okay, so let's put the road in first, just so we haven't messed up the town too much. Even though just putting that in messes with it. There we go. Let's put it back so it looks like we've never been and messed anything up. And then if we put this building in here, set it back a little bit if we can. And then hopefully that's just picked up both of our lines, I hope. They have gone to different platforms though. So we'll just move Knots to number 2. And hopefully now that orange line, if I pull up this one, saying it's got could not connect all stations. So have we got something that's not electrified in here now? Let me just follow this line all the way along. I mean, we did have trams coming all the way up here before, so why it wouldn't be able to make it all the way down, I'm not sure. That's definitely electrified. Coming down here, all the way down. They should be able to turn into here. Both lines electrified again. Strange, guys. Why is that not working? It went to 1 before. Did that get rid of the issue? It didn't. Ah, it's both saying here can't connect. So there's something going on. It's this road I've put in. I've seen it. Sometimes it just takes you a minute to figure out what's going on. So we put this road in. We put Tram Track, but we didn't say electrified. There we go. The red's cleared. Everybody's happy. Now hopefully the orange comes this way. It does. Happy days. There is a lot of traffic on this road though, isn't there? Maybe we did need to upgrade it. I tell you what. Let's do it. Let's help everybody out. We'll go for a bus lane as well, because that will indirectly help us out. Do we want a large street even? I think we do. Go all the way through Nottingham. I mean, this is... You know, it is the main route up the map, isn't it? All the way up to West Bedlington, so... That middle lane now will keep people moving. I've just noticed that there's some traffic lights along here. I'm going to turn those off. We're not interested. I might keep the ones by the station. Do we have one? Oh, it hasn't even suggested putting one there, so we won't bother. I was thinking it might be a good idea to have one where the trams are coming out, but nobody else is going to want to turn into there, so it'll only be our guys. That's not an issue. But let's have a look at this little passenger station. I like it's got some little chairs. It looks like a little Little stall of some kind there, maybe just where you buy your tram tickets. That's pretty cool, or maybe it's even some kind of little coffee shop there. But yeah, that's really cool. That's another passenger line linked in. And that means now we are pretty much, I think we are totally point to point actually. If we go through all of our passenger lines, we've got from Edgware here, we've got the Edgware to Louth line. Only stopping Edgware and Louth. We've got the line coming down from Lincoln. That's the Lincoln's machine, sorry. Lincoln Louth just comes from Lincoln to Louth. These guys we've just set up as point to point. Bexhill, see down here we do have the loop. But because this all connects in to the main line here, I'm happy with that and I'm going to keep it. Oh, see, are these the Mirages? Did we use them? No, these aren't the Mirages. Can't remember what vehicles these are actually. I think these are the ones that had the 2000 written in. Which trams are they now? This is my problem, guys. My memory's horrendous. Tell you what, if I find out what the top speed is that'll help me out. Top speed of this is 43. Oh, they're the Rathaberger Munichs. Okay, does it tell you that if I hover there? It does. There we go, you learn something new. So the Rathaberger Munichs are on there, so we're fairly modern with that, but it does seem like we've got quite a few passengers waiting around. We've got 40 now actually, maybe some have just been picked up. Where's the next Rathaberger? P-train here, so he's on 28. The problem is, it's whether many people are changing at this passenger interchange here. Let's have a quick look. We come along here and see. There is a lot of people waiting, but if we change 28 for 28, then that's fine. But I think I'm just going to add another couple of trams on here just to keep things moving. We're going to pull in. Yeah, so about 10 got off, I think. How many are going to jump onto this line? 8, 9, 10. Yeah, bang on 10. So we aren't shifting these passengers, are we? So we do need to add at least one, maybe two. So we'll go for an extra 2 on there. We've got the money, so why not? That's going to increase those. Hopeful they'll come out of here. They'll head straight down and start doing the work down there. I did forget to stick the time on again in between episodes, so we'll do that. Now, one thing I did remember as well, guys, is there's a really cool mod that I installed that I want to show you guys. It's this one here. And I want to pause before we ruin the coal industry here, or I might do it section by section actually. I delete some of these cargo bits here. Oh, I have deleted it all by accident anyway. But look at these. Look how cool these look. It might mean that we need to switch up which vehicles are on this line, because these only work for coal. I wish there was an iron ore one as well, but you can see these coal hoppers. Now they are only for loops, they don't move, they don't do anything, but they're sort of just coal sheds, and I think with some more asset decoration around the area, these could look pretty cool. If we had the open trucked trams on here, it'd look pretty cool. So what do we have here? We have the PCCs here, don't we? Let's just have a look. If we downgraded these to the Tatra, but the singles, currently we carry 22. Capacity on those is 14, so it's too much of a hit, isn't it, really? But that would have been cool. We can go up to 31, but I'm conscious we're going to have loads of the same vehicles, but either way we either have a lot of PCCs or we have a lot of these guys. And then at least now when these guys come in empty, but when these guys come in, it looks like they sit perfectly under the hoppers almost, and it looks like they're just getting filled up from here. We might have one too many. We'll get rid of that one. It looks like we've got one too many. So we've got one sitting and waiting, which is never a good thing. I do need to look and start to really understand the lines. Your shipment here can go up to 400. And there's something to do with, if you look at this line here, the rate is 488. I think we need this rate. I need to keep selling these until that rate becomes 400. I think that's the idea. If I pin this actually there, and we've got 477. If I can find a tram with nothing in like that, and I get rid of that, it goes down to 446, so we could probably afford to get rid of one more. Get rid of that one. And somebody, it was a while ago now, so apologies, I can't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned that you want to keep it just above the 400 mark, so that's gone under now, so we need to add one We need to add one here, so we'll clone a vehicle. Manage vehicles. We want to clone one. So that takes us over. And then I just want to check, because this line also deals with the iron, I would imagine that means that makes it the same, because this is 400 as well. So the rate of this line should just be 400. And that should run at complete optimum now for both ends of the spectrum. It should keep us moving. So we've already got too many people waiting in the not slout. When's the next tram coming in? We've got one on the way now that's going to take 27 people away, which is the bulk of that. So that's fine. I feel like this... Ooh, that's a fair drop there, isn't it? Let's have a look what this tram makes of it when he turns up. If he's here now. We put it down to normal speed when he gets here, just to see how rough this would be. But it doesn't look too bad in slow motion, does it, actually? I'll give it that. I was in two minds whether to ask you guys whether we could ruin the whole Only Trams aspect of this series, just to make a small cable car system around these hills here. I think Nottingham would be cool to use the paint tool and put some snow on these three hills here. Just have a cable car. I know there's a mod for a cable car. I've never used it, so I don't know how good it is, and I don't know how well it would work. But I think that'd be something pretty cool to try out. But a cable car isn't a tram, so I don't think we'll be doing that. I think we'll give that a miss. Even though it would only be transporting people around Nottingham, I don't think it's something that I could get away with doing with it being Only Trams. I feel it'd ruin what we're trying to accomplish with the series, really. You never know, we might find some kind of tram, the ones that go up the steep hills with like the cogwheels underneath. I can't think of the name of them now, but there is a special name for that kind of tram. It's almost like it steps up the hill on a cog. They have them at some old museum still in England. I've been on one, I believe it's in... Oh, where is it? It's near Birmingham somewhere. Is it the West Country Museum? Or the Black Country Living Museum? Something like that. One of those two. And they've got a hillside tram that goes up and down the hillside, which is really cool. Anyway, guys, that's enough waffling from me. Thanks as always for joining me for another episode. Let me know your thoughts down below. If there's anything that you're interested in, you want to see more of, or anything you think would be cool for us to do for the series, let me know. We're still really quickly approaching that 1,000 subscriber mark. We have actually hit the milestone of 4,000 watched hours on the channel, which means that once we get that 1,000 subs, we are go. We've done all the things we need for YouTube to consider me and our channel a fully fledged YouTube partner. So thanks a lot for that, guys. If you're not a subscriber and you're enjoying the series, if you've had some value out of it, please do hit the subscribe button. It just helps the videos get shown to more people, along with the key things that they look at: likes, comments, subscribers, the amount of subscribers that are still watching the next videos, and also the key one is the watch time. So I've noticed from YouTube analytics, if somebody will sit and watch the video for the whole time without skipping anything, it will launch the video out to everybody. Whereas if there's a lot of skips and people are cutting forward and back because the person talking is really boring, which I'm sure happens with a lot of my videos, then it tends to get, the rating goes down, and it thinks people aren't enjoying it, or they aren't enjoying a high percentage of it. So then it limits how many people it sends it out to. So that's how it works. So all the subs, all the comments, all the likes, all the watch time, it all helps the channel grow and all helps the videos get sent out. So thanks a lot for engaging with it all. I appreciate you all. The amount of advice that I've had on all of these videos from you guys has helped the series, helped my knowledge of the game, and even in my own personal games, it's helped me. Let me know what you think about the junction that we redesigned at the start. That seems to be running a lot smoother now. We'll just zip over and double check to end it and make sure it isn't completely clogged up. It isn't. There we go. We've got one of the new Tatra cargo trams just coming over the top. It isn't all that often that we see someone flying around the underneath side here, but it does happen. In fact, I think one's on its way now. There we go. He's flying through, but every part of this and every road does get used by our trams and our services, other than this one section here. But it's if we ever need to bring anything down from this top end all the way down. I mean, there's nothing stopping us having a point-to-point from Edgware to Slough. And I think one of the things coming up we are going to need to do is upgrade that passenger terminal in Slough, because we've got that many people coming. I mean, we've got a line coming from Nottingham, one coming from Newark, one coming from Edgware, one going to Louth. Do you know what I mean? That is going to be a hub. We need something similar to this cargo station, I think, but passenger-wise. I think that's what we're going to have to play at around Slough. But thanks for joining me, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.